What is going on, lunatics? Guys, yesterday, Crypto King asked you the question, are we about to go 50x? And my first answer, my first response is negative. There's no way that that's going to happen. Until I looked at the USTC repeg proposal, yeah, maybe. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast.
All right, guys, we're going to talk price action here real quick, where we are right now before we talk about where we're going. Now, we're really maintaining this trend line to the upside, and we're respecting this 17 spot and just kind of bouncing across this line of support / resistance. And the next level up here, I think we're looking at, by the way, a squeeze here maybe in a little bit. It seems to be playing itself out that way. You can kind of see it shaping up as we go. We kind of got this top over here. So we'll see how it plays out, but I do think that we're moving to the upside. Now, where the opportunity exists right now seems to be in USTC, because we're having that break above this line. Now, remember, we formed this line. This has been a constant level of pressure and resistance. We need to bounce out of it and use it as support to get up here to this 3.5 cent level. And then, of course, get up here to around the 5 or 5.5 cent level. That's the goal, right? We need an impetus. We need a catalyst for it. So now we actually have that. You come over here to station and you can see that this proposal has passed the threshold, is voted on as a yes, and that means that the USTC repeg is underway. Now, this is a signal proposal to create the action plan to do this. There's no more AFT. Now we're looking at what USTC can do, and at the end of it, to create value for USTC holders and Luna Classic. So the idea here, we're going to move over here, and the summary here is the proposal describes an actionable framework for the LUNC community to repeg USTC from a code level, consensus level, and the guideline to do so. While this proposal is a signaling proposal, actionable plan outlined here are enforceable through the Terra Community Trust guidelines. The end goal is to recover the value lost in the May 2022 depeg from SDT from the IMF SDR, which USTC was most affected by, while streamlining the LUNC burn process. So we're not going to go through the whole thing here, but you should know that this proposal creates opportunity for two things to happen. It creates opportunity for the USTC price to start pumping, to lower supply. Repegging these two back together might be a little weird at first, because we're going to have to come up with the mechanism by which this happens. But really, the purpose is to create two valuable tokens that will burn each other to a certain point until we get to that kind of to get to the peg of $1. With the idea here being that we may not have to just burn a whole bunch of tokens. We may not have to just take from anybody. Now, pros and cons. In simple terms, the pros boil down to designing a more efficient system for LUNC and USTC that can burn more than the tax rate can, create a smoother environment for dApps and its users, and ultimately reach the penultimate goal of repegging USTC. The cons for this proposal is that it is costly to make now and over time. So if the community is not interested in expenditures that developers or contributors request for Ziggy, or if they do not have the means to enact parts of the proposal, then the proposal has failed by way of default. So the pro is re-enabling the algorithmic token methodology without new minting of coins, opening the potential for burning using the ERM instead of taxes, increasing the rate of burns significantly, enabling burns of the LUNC and UST across all markets that participate in cross-market consensus of this proposal, strengthening and streamlining governance across protocol networks under a common goal, and obtaining thorough on-chain data regarding to AFT behaviors in the context of the derivatives. Again, we're using this algorithmic fungible token. That's what we're going to call USTC going forward, because it's not going to be pegged to $1. The target of it will be to get around $1. So that's how this thing is going to work out. Now, the cons is the inability to enact because of the additional capital that's going to be required, and initial costly overhead to develop a solution on top of USTC, which may or may not work. Cost to maintain and refine data and usage of data initially high. Requirements improve from community contribution. So here we are. This is what you've been waiting for, right? This is the moment that you've been looking for. Now let's move on to this, and we're going to summarize this in just a second. You can see the trading volume is up 28%, still billion market cap. USTC up significantly, 6.5% on the day. Trading volume is down, but the pump is happening, and that leads us to what do we do? So first of all, is it reasonable to do a 50x? Not 50. Look, we're not going to go from 1 billion market cap to 50 billion market cap. Can we go to 10 billion market cap? Yes, we could do 10 billion market cap. This market is currently changing. We are getting back into the quote unquote bull run sort of mechanism. Now, could that lead to a 20 billion market cap? Well, sure, it could. But let's just focus on 10 billion for the sake of argument right now, because that's a very doable number, even in a positive, where we are right now. 10 billion is an achievable goal at this point. So that means we have to burn 5x from the number of tokens, right? What does that get us down to? Well, that probably gets us down to about 1 trillion supply. So what's the time frame for this 50x? Well, the time frame for a 50x in this context would most likely be within 16 months. And I want to point this out. From September of 2020 to May of 22, April of 22, when everything failed, from that period of time, Terra Luna Classic burned 67%. Well, before it was Classic, burned 67% of all tokens, taking the token count from 1 billion down to 340 million. That's a significant burn. So if we reattach this significant burn, plus we create additional interest, additional dApps, additional burns, additional circumstances, then guess what? We are on the path to that 50x, and it's not going to take that long. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified of future content. By the way, leave a comment and share this with everybody you know. Share it all over Twitter, share it all over social media. That way people will know what to expect when they get into Terra Luna Classic. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleeves. I am always right, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to